Hi everybody, it's Laura. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Today I have a layout that I made a while ago, but because I made so many layouts each month, I did not have a chance to edit and voice over all of the videos for each of the layouts. So I'm excited to be doing that right now with some My Creative Scrapbook layouts. This layout was made using the December 2024 limited edition kit. I really like this kit and I made quite a few videos with this one. So I started off with 3 different pattern papers and I cut them to the same size. All 3 are the exact same size. And then I inked the edges with some Distress Oxide. And the color is Rustic Wilderness. And then I distressed all of the edges. And you can see that even after I distressed the edges, I went back again and added a little bit more color. As I often do, I wanted to make a mixed media background for this layout. So I am going to put all 3 of these strips on my layout, but I'm going to put them on this piece of paper. That way I can move the strips around. I can take them off the background when I want to add the mixed media background, and that helps me to know exactly where to put the mixed media. I'm layering them on top of each other. I have the middle one layered on top of the other 2, and I'm adding a little bit more distress to the edges here and there by folding the paper with my fingers. And then, as usual, I am including a picture of both of my daughters that was taken on Christmas Eve. I really love the outfits that they have on Christmas Eve, so I love taking lots and lots of pictures of them. So I have my photo already mounted on some white cardstock, and then I mounted it again on some red cardstock. And I'm going to just put that right in the center of the page. The next thing that I'm going to do is add a mixed media background, as I said. So I'm using this piece of thick white smooth cardstock that I've coated with some Liquitex gesso. And here I'm using my pencil and I'm drawing lines just to kind of guide me as to where to put the sprays on the background. So I use a couple of different sprays on the layout. They are all gold in color, but they are different variations on gold. So I started off with a Lindy's Starburst spray in golden sleigh bells. And I'm adding that all around the edge of where I'm going to have my cluster, but I'm trying not to put it all the way up to the edge of the paper. I always like there to be a little bit of room in between the mixed media and the edge of the paper. I shouldn't say always, I usually do. And then I love splatters. I had lots and lots of splatters, usually to my mixed media backgrounds. So here I am adding quite a few. And especially since the whole background's going to be gold, it's nice to have a little bit of variation, even though it's all the same color. This is why I absolutely love to have my elements on a separate piece of paper that I can move around when I make my mixed media background. It makes it so much easier to know exactly where to put the mixed media. So frequently I will kind of guess beforehand. I have some idea of where I want to put the paint, but having that piece already made and being able to layer it on top really makes adding the mixed media so much easier. And then I don't have to worry about going back after the layout is almost done and adding more mixed media in certain areas. It just works out so much better. Now I'm adding another spray to the background in the form of splatters. This is a Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and the color is gold. So this is more of a metallic gold, whereas the Lindy's Starburst spray, that was a little bit more of a yellow gold. I use my heat tool and I dry the background, and once it's fairly dry, I roll my paper towel over the top to pick up any excess liquid that might be on the background. So now I'm adding another shade of gold to the background. This, I believe, is called Back in the Saddle. This is a Shimmerz Color Splash. I use Back in the Saddle, and then I also use Gold Digger. Those are both Shimmerz Paints Color Splash sprays. And my hope is that adding all these different shades of gold will make the background look a little bit more interesting. So the first shimmers that I added, that was Back in the Saddle, and then this paint that I'm adding now, this is called Gold Digger. So this one is a little bit more of a true gold, whereas the Back in the Saddle is a little bit more of a brownish gold. Sometimes at Christmas, I take so many pictures that I'm really not sure how many to scrapbook. I end up with lots and lots of Christmas pages, but sometimes the photos are really similar, and I usually only put maximum 3 photos, usually 1 or 2 on each page. So I wonder if I'm overdoing it on Christmas and if I should try to cut back on the number of pictures that I scrapbook. So sometimes the pictures that I like the best are the ones that are kind of posed. I feel like everybody on Christmas is wearing really nice clothes and everybody's really happy, and I feel like those pictures come out great. I don't always love the pictures of opening presents. Sometimes I do if the expression on the person's face is really great and I feel like a really fun moment has been captured. But a lot of times I feel like those pictures don't come out so awesome. So I've tried to stop taking a picture of my kids opening every single gift. And I think I don't have to stop taking all these pictures, but I think I have to kind of cut back on the number of pictures that I include in each album because I have a lot of years of scrapbooking that I have to catch up on. It's just difficult because when I want to print out the pictures that I want to include in albums, I keep looking at them and I think, this one's great, I love this one, and this one's great, I have to print this one out, and I have to learn to narrow it down a little bit more. So as you can see, I finished the mixed media background. I attached the strips of paper and my photo down to the page. And then I use a scrap of white paper, I mean, not a small scrap, but a scrap, and I put some gold embossing powder around the outside, and then I embossed it using my heat tool. And I love that bow that's right above the picture. I ended up moving that, but looking at it now, I really liked it. And then I also added some of the dimensional flowers that come in the My Creative Scrapbook limited edition kit. The little clusters of flowers fit so nicely in either corner, so I decided to put them on opposite corners. Now I want to add some pine branches to the layout. I have these die cuts that I cut out of just a smooth white medium weight cardstock. And now I'm using some Distress Oxide in antique linen to give them just a little bit of color. To the right of my mat, I have a little pile of pine branches that I already embossed with some gold embossing powder. So I wanted to use not just these off-white ones that I'm adding right now, but also some others just to give a little bit of variety to the pine branches. I love dies. I love cutting out shapes using different papers and then painting them or embossing them. And I tend to use things like branches and leaves and flowers on my pages all the time. So I realized that I've been buying a lot of those dies. I buy other types of dies, but I definitely buy those more than any other kind of die. And I think that I have to now say I have enough pine branches, enough poinsettias. I tend to buy poinsettias all the time. There's so many poinsettia dies out there. I buy a lot of bare branches. I buy a lot of branches that have leaves on them. But unless I see something really unique and really different from the dies that I already have, I'm going to have to stop always looking at those dies and thinking that I need to buy them. It's just kind of like a little obsession I've developed over the years. So I have all of those pine branches tucked into those two opposite corners of my photo. And now I'm going to add some of the other embellishments from the kit. Now, I picked out a number of little wood embellishments. I really liked those, and then some bells and some pine cones, and I used some Distress ink in Vintage Photo to ink the edges a little bit just to make them look a little bit more finished on the edges. I always like that look. So here you can see I'm using a little bit of gel glue to glue down all of those pine branches that I put in place. And now I'm adding in those embellishments that I just inked. So I have these cute little sentiments at the bottom of the page. I'm going to put them in a little cluster to the left-hand side of the page. One says joy to the world. One says making merry memories. And then the medium-sized one, that's just plain, doesn't have any sentiment written on it. I'm also including a little postcard and then a little clip at the top of the postcards. I love those little clips, especially I love the way they have them in all different colors that match the collection. And I cannot recall if I mentioned it earlier in the video, but the name of this collection is the 49 and Market Evergreen Christmas Collection. So I was thinking that since the flowers have some dimension to them, that I could give a little bit of dimension to some of the other elements on the page. So I decided to put a little bit of foam behind the two sentiments. So I put a little bit of foam behind joy to the world and making merry memories. And then I thought since I'm making that a cluster, I should tuck a couple of pine branches in there too. And now I'm taking those pine cones and I'm tucking those into the floral clusters. I love these pine cones. I could use 100 of these and put them on lots of different layouts. And then I'm also adding in some little Christmas bells. I'm just spreading them around those clusters. I really like those little bells too, but I think that those pine cones are something that I could get a lot of use out of on lots and lots of pages. And then because I have the red mat all around the photo, I thought it would make sense to add a few touches of red around the page. There's some red on the Joy to the World sentiment. There's also the red stamp on the postcard and the red clip, but I wanted to add a few more touches. So I took a little red tag and then a sentiment that says Jingle All the Way. That's also red, and I layered the sentiment on top of the tag, and then I have that in the upper left-hand corner of the layout. And then I also added these two sentiments, fa la 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 la, and then Here Comes Santa. I'm going to end up moving those because I felt like there was too much red in the upper part of the layout and not enough in the lower part of the layout, so I'm going to reposition those in a bit. Oh, right now actually, I'm putting them in the lower right-hand corner. So continuing along with the red touches, I added this little chipboard heart right on top of the photo. I, of course, added some adhesive to the back of it, just like I do with all the chipboard pieces, because I find that they generally fall off after a short period of time. I wanted to add some embellishments. I always like to add pearls or enamel dots or jewels to my layouts, so I thought that this gold would be perfect for this particular layout and for this collection in general. So I added a really tiny little pearl to the center of that heart, and then also to a chipboard star that I put in the lower right-hand corner. I also put some of those dots on the sentiments on the bottom left-hand side of the layout. And now I'm adding a little bit of Opal glitter medium, and that is from Hobby Lobby, to all of the flowers on the layout. It just adds a little bit of shine and a little bit of glitter to whatever you brush it onto. I like to add this Opal glitter medium to anything that I want to make more shiny, but I find that I add it to these dimensional flowers the most. Some of the dimensional flowers that are available, especially I guess the Prima ones, will come with a shine or some glitter on them. But for Christmas, even though I guess you could have a rustic looking Christmas layout, I really like to add a lot of sparkle and shine to my layout. So this works out really well. And one of the nice things about Opal glitter medium is that it dries pretty quickly. I tend to put it on in really light coats, and then if I want to add a little bit more sparkle or a little bit more shine, I'll go back and add a second coat. And then that is the very last touch, and the layout is complete. I'm going to include a few close-ups here. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I want to say thank you so much to those of you who leave me comments. It really helps my inspiration and my mojo to read those. I really, really appreciate them. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I hope that you'll be back soon. I'll have a lot more of these videos up on my channel where I go back and edit and voice over some older videos. All right, have a fantastic day, everybody, and I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.